Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamunatira vanachari Yamunatira vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya. Nithai Gaura Haribol, Haribol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, Remembrance of Lord Krishna, text number 4. Samuhurtam abhutushnim Krishnangri sudhaya bhrisham Krishnangri sudhaya bhrisham Tivrena bhakti yogena Nimagnah sadhu nivrataha Samuhurtam abhutushnim Krishnangri sudhaya bhrusham Tivrena bhakti yogena Nimagnah sadhu nirvrataha Samuhurtam abhutushnim Krishnangri sudhaya bhrusham Tivrena bhakti yogena Nimagnah sadhu nirvrataha Samuhurtam abhutushnim Krishnangri sudhaya bhrusham Tivrena bhakti yogena Samuhurtam abhutushnim Krishnangri sudhaya bhrusham Tivrena bhakti yogena Nimagna sadhu nivrataha. Mataji's Samuhurtam abhutushnim Krishnangri sudhaya bhrisham Tivrena bhakti yogena Nimagna sadhu nivrataha. Samuhurtam abhutushnim Sudhaya bhrisham Tivrena bhakti yogena Nimagna sadhu nivrataha. Word to word translation. Saha Uddhava Muhurtam, for a moment. Abhut, became. Tushnim, dead silent. Krishnangri, the lotus feet of the Lord. Sudhaya, by the nectar. Bhrusham, well matured. Tivrena, by very strong. Bhakti yogena, devotional service. Nimagnaha, absorbed in. Sadhu, good. Nivrataha, fully in love. Translation and purport. For a moment, he remained dead silent, and his body did not move. He became absorbed in the nectar of remembering the Lord's lotus feet in devotional ecstasy. And he appeared to be going increasingly deeper into that ecstasy. Purport. On the inquiry of Vidura about Krishna, Uddhava appeared to be awakened from slumber. He appeared to regret that he had forgotten the lotus feet of Lord. Thus he again remembered the lotus feet of the Lord and remembered all his transcendental loving service unto him. And by so doing, he felt the same ecstasy that he used to feel in the presence of the Lord. Because the Lord is absolute, there is no difference between his remembrance and his personal presence. Thus, Uddhava remained completely silent for a moment. But then, he appeared to be going deeper and deeper into ecstasy. Feelings of ecstasy are displayed by highly advanced devotees of the Lord. There are 8 kinds of transcendental changes in the body: tears, shivering of the body, perspiration, restlessness, throbbing, choking of the throat, etc. And all were manifested by Uddhava in the presence of Vidura. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sma Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pradamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. First of all, I seek blessings from all the assembled devotees so that I can glorify the Lord for my purification and for your pleasure. So, this chapter and this particular verse is explaining the importance of remembrance of the Lord. As we know from Bhagavad Gita, that antakale cha mameva smrana muktva kalevaram iha prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshaya. So, Uddhava's position is like this. He is the personal associate of Lord, but here purport, in the purport Prabhupada writes that even he appeared to forget the Lord. Prabhupada writes that it is appeared that he is awakened from the slumber. And then again he tried to remember and he brought back all the remembrance. So the dictionary meaning of remember is to have something in the mind or to bring back something into the mind. So just imagine someone who is with Krishna, who has participated in all the Leelas with Krishna in the material world, he has to again sort of remember, bring back Krishna into his remembrance. So how much more a sadhaka has to work to remember Krishna. Mostly what happens is we remember something which we need to forget. And we forget which is what we has to remember. Mostly this happens. And to remember is a process, is the third stage. First, we have to hear. Just like any topic you say, that if you want to, just like somebody is murmuring some Hindi song of Kishore Kumar. So it is not immediately he has remembered something. He had heard that song many, many times, and then he has sung that song so many times. And then somewhere he heard first lyrics of that song, then he immediately remembers. So it is like for remembrance we have to actually act. There is a action needed. Right from the beginning, our Srimad Bhagavatam has started with the question of Parikshit Maharaj. Yat shrotavyam atho japyam yat kartavyam kruto nurbhi.
For that, you'll have to turn off aeroplane mode.
Smartavyam bhajanevam va bruhi yad va viparjaya. That, my dear spiritual master, Shukdev Goswami, tell me, yat shrotavyam atho japyam. What should person hear, chant, and smartavyam, remember, and worship? That is very important. And Shukdev Goswami starts narrating that generally in the people in this world, they have many, many subjects other than Krishna, other than self-realization. And generally they have a experience of this world, pashyanapi na pashyati, deha patya kalatradishu, atma sainyashu asatsu api. Tesham pramatto nidhanam pashyanapi na pashyati. They have sufficient realization that long ago our father and grandfather, they have done the same thing which we have done. They have given so much memory, so much of effort to remember everything about this world, but they have not got any tangible spiritual results. But still they will do the same thing. So that's why Shukdev Goswami says that Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Shrotavya Kirtitavyasya Smartavyasya Ichhata Abhayam. So by being in the human body, we should see around that everybody is fearful. But nobody is trying to actually work on it, how can become peaceful in the right process. They are just following the traditional process, which is non-devotional process. So Shukdev Goswami now here is telling his disciple who has only 7 days, he says, only hear about Krishna, who is Bhagavan, who is controller, Ishvara, and who is Hari. He actually takes away all the unwanted things from the sadhaka's mind. You hear, you glorify him, and you remember him all the time. And how in Gita Krishna says that if it is very important for a human being to remember Krishna at the end of life, then he should do it all the time. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddhacha mayarpita manobuddhir mame vaishyasi asamsha. So it is, just see, if somebody has practiced, it is very difficult for him to remember Krishna. So somebody who has not practiced, how is it possible for him to remember Krishna at the time of death? So sarveshu kaleshu means we have to actually plan our whole life, our whole day, so that somehow or other we should utilize our mind and intelligence in remembering Krishna while fighting our war. Doing our prescribed duty, whatever we are doing it. So it is a cultivation of habit. You have to cultivate this habit, that whatever we do, we have to simultaneously remember Krishna. In success and failure both, what generally happens, that when we become successful, we forget Krishna. And when we are in difficulty, then we ask Krishna, sort of blame that I am doing so many things to please you, but still such kind of situation is coming in my life. So that is not a person who is grateful to Krishna. We will see this remembrance, how it is very sort of a thing which we should cultivate by seeing around the materialistic, how the people have materialistic perspective about life, and how we should not bring that material perspective into the spiritual realm. That generally what happens, that one speaker was telling that after a long time he met one person and he said, "Oh, Haribol Prabhu, do you remember me? We were together, a decade back. We came to Krishna consciousness like at the same time." He says, "Oh," then he immediately remembered, "Oh, yes." But the first thing the mind told him that, "Oh, you are the same person who denied me prasadam. You asked me, where is your coupon?" So thing is, our mind actually registered something which is actually someone has restricted our sense gratification, something. And we forget very easily that so many things he has done to us. He has sacrificed something in his position and he has helped us. That easily goes from our mind. And that particular thing we bring back in the spiritual community also. And then the speaker was saying, "See, I'm speaking so many, I'm giving classes on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, but how we are lacking behind that. My mind is, first thing he is bringing, although he has not said it to him, but his mind was giving him that particular idea." So we'll see our Drupad. He was with Dronacharya in the same Gurukul. And they were very thick friends. And in that intimacy, Drupad actually promised Dronacharya that, "Okay, my dear friend, whenever I get a kingdom, I become king, I will give you half of my kingdom." And somehow they graduated, and then Drupad became king, and Dronacharya married, and he had a son. And one day his son asked him that, "Oh, my dear father, can't we have a cow so that I can have a milk?" So Dronacharya was very poor, so he said, he remembered that, "Oh, my friend is there, he can give me many cows, what to speak of one cow." So he goes to Drupad and asks him, "Do you remember me, my dear friend? I am Dronacharya. You promised me to give half of the kingdom." So now what has happened, just see, it's like we remember something when we actually think about someone for a long time. We all of us come to this situation that if we come to meet someone whom we have not met for, say, 10, 15 years, suddenly we can't make sense. Who are you actually, right? Because that 10, 15 years we have never thought about him. Generally it happens. But when someone reminds us of a particular incident, which is very crucial, then we remember, "Oh, yes, something has happened." So Drupad, although he had forgotten that we give him a benefit of doubt, that somehow he forgot, but then he reminds him that, "I am your Gurukul friend and you have given me promise." Then Drupad says, no, actually, although that is there, but we can't have a friendship. I can't have a friendship with you because friendship is amongst equal, and you are like a beggar. I am a king. So this particular mentality may come into a sadhaka's mind that, generally what happens when we come to Krishna consciousness, we see everybody as Prabhu. We give respect to everyone. When in due course of time, someone progresses, someone advances, he goes to some position, higher position. And then the same person who is like acquaintance, is a fellow member, he, sort of neglects him, or he treats him below his friendship, sort of like. So in Rupa Goswami says that this mentality should not be entertained by a sadhaka. Drushte svabhava janiter vapushasya doshir na prakrutatvam iha bhakta janasya pasyet. Over the period of time, or maybe from the very beginning, if we come to know that there is some deficiency in the external like bodily features, or some have a bad complexion, some color, white color or black color, or maybe some diseased body, the devotee doesn't see the externals. He sees the internal desire that he is chanting Hare Krishna. He has a desire to serve Krishna and the devotees. So, though these deficiencies may be very prominent from the external point of view, worldly point of view, but as a devotee, he doesn't give that particular external features very importance. He knows that I have to associate with him because that will give me some assistance to progress in devotional service. Just as we see that in Ganges, sometimes in rainy season, so many tributaries come to Ganges, and we find even the Ganga water is full of mud, bubbles and foam. But a spiritual seeker knows the sanctity, the value of Ganges water. He identifies that same pure water, and I'll take bath in it. So that is very important, that the general mentality is that all the time we want to associate with the influential people, those who are, sort of higher position, and, those who can fulfill our desires, and our status gets elevated to be with them, nobody will go to any stranger and have a selfie. But if someone comes, very influential person, all will rush to have a selfie. That is general tendency. But we should not fall for this. When we know the person's credibility in devotional service, then we should aspire that nindadi shunya hridayam ipsita sangalabdha. If somebody is of a higher and elevated spiritual devotee, pure devotee, then we should aspire to serve him and hear from him, because these people will not have one thing, that they will never find faults with anybody, which is very common outside. We see once Indra, he goes to Dwarka and actually falls at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. He says, Krishna, please help me. I am in a very humiliating situation. That Bhaumasura came, and actually he just came to Swarga and he took the earrings of his mother, Aditi. Because he was so powerful at that time, he couldn't fight with him. He defeated Indra. So Indra said, now you are my only hope. Just bring back this, otherwise, I will be not happy. So Krishna goes to Bhaumasura's kingdom. He kills Bhaumasura, brings back the kundal, and goes to Swarga with his wife, Satyabhama, and returns the earrings, kundala, to Aditi. Indra becomes so happy that with his wife he worships Krishna. That, my dear Lord, thank you very much. Please stay for some time here in Swarga, maybe. So for that time, Satyabhama remembers that, I need a Paridat tree, because I saw one Paridat flower with Rukmini. So it's just so that I also have a desire to have a Paridat tree. So Krishna casually, he says, yes, okay, no problem. And Indra immediately forgets that as just now Krishna has helped him. And he says, no, Krishna, you can't take this tree from Swarga. So much so that he actually fights with Krishna and gets defeated. And then again asks forgiveness. Oh, Krishna, I forgot. You understand? So this kind of mentality is also there. Ungratefulness. Ungratefulness in such a way, such people, so few people are there, they think that we can get away with this. exploit someone, take a task done, and then, okay, Hare Krishna. I mean, this person is there for, like, his window is open. For this task, go to him, get your task done, and then forget. There is no gratitude to whatever he has done. And such kind of people will never actually are welcomed by the people. You know, we will refrain from having friendship with someone who will do such kind of thing repeatedly, right? But Krishna is so merciful that so many times Indra does that, but Krishna forgives him, right? Because he is Suhridam Sarva Bhutana. He says, okay, you are doing some my managerial task, I will forgive you. Sometimes we forget, due to lack of training and vision, that what we are supposed to do. I recently, while coming back from Yatra, I was coming from the by the train. So one say 27, 28 year or maybe around 25-year-old man entered in our compartment. He was really huge, actually. Like, you know, you can say double than me. Huge size. So we were surprised how we'll fit into his seat. Then after 1.5 hours, we got acquainted with, we came to know that he's the doctor and he's pursuing his MD from abroad. And he came for Diwali, So after some time, we were doing our things. So he took out his big lunch box. He ate huge amount. And then the person came, okay, night dinner ka order do. He also gave order, meat, my favorite. And surprisingly, he called home also. 10:30 I am reaching. He called his brother, order my favorite dish. Because at 10:30 I am going to reach. I'll eat and then I'll sleep. So within 6 hours, he planned 3 meals, meat. That's fine if somebody has a capacity. But all the while we saw that these 6 hours, he was miserable. Constant mucus was coming from out. Because huge body, then if he does that, the sound will also come more. And, you know, all were disturbed. And he was so disturbed that the undigested food, which is very heavy, meat is heavy, he was coughing constantly. So he could not sit. So he went up to his seat, laid down. But as he was in that position, he started coughing more. So all were disturbed. Few were giving him some medicines. So I was thinking that he is a doctor and he is pursuing MD. So he is like a sort of teacher who's teaching us, you know, that we should be very cautious about what our profession is, like what we are supposed to do, and we should do that. Otherwise, it's like a sort of laughing stock again, isn't it? So, doctor, first thing he will do is take care of your health, you know, take care of your diet. And somebody will ask, what about you, sir? Right? So I took it to the point that how much there in the world, Krishna is teaching us through positive and negatives, that how much more we should remember about our position also. Because when we see other position, we also immediately say, oh, why he is not doing that? He is supposed to do that. So first of all, we should turn the camera to ourselves. Am I doing what I am supposed to do? Do I remember what I should remember? The real devotee is that who will not forget even a slightest help somebody has done to him. You have seen, we won't take a person example like Indra who forgot a help of someone. But just see, a devotee is one who actually cultivates gratitude. We read in Leelamrut, that Srila Prabhupada, when just before going to America, he stayed at Scindia colony, before he has to board the ship. So all the staff members, they used to come to him, and evening they would have a Gita class. So one staff member actually, he bought a new dhoti kurta set, two new dhoti kurta set, and one warm coat for him. He said, Swamiji, you are going to New York, it will be very helpful for you. So Prabhupada remembered that. And then after 4 or 5 years, when he and his family, with his family, he went to America. And he called somehow, Prabhupada, I'm coming to America. Prabhupada remembered, he made sure to his disciple, give him our temple car for 2 days. And see to it that he has a good facility of staying and prasad. The smallest help, the devotee never forgets. But the materialist who is not into this particular lifestyle, he will neglect it. He will not take it very seriously. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Nastir buddhir ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayatas shantir ashantasya kutas sukham. Those who are not connected with Krishna and those who do not have the steady mind, how can they be peaceful? They don't remain peaceful. And somebody is not peaceful, how can he be happy? So take example of Gandhari and Dhritarashtra. Now Gandhari and Dhritarashtra both very well knew who is Krishna. They call him Keshava. But they were so attached to their lifestyle of asatsang, Duryodhana and party, that they are mind, part and parcel. So we should see to their welfare. That when actually after Mahabharata all the 100 sons of Gandhari were killed, she actually blamed Krishna. So I said, to remember the good done to someone actually is very important at the time of calamity. Then your character is credited. Oh, actually you have. In that a normal time you may remember, but at the calamity, you are at calamity, but you see, oh, I give a benefit of doubt to you because you have done so many things to me. So Gandhari says you could have stopped it. Now Krishna has already come as a messenger, peace messenger, and he warned. Gandhari knew that he has come. But at that moment, no action were taken or to stop because of attachment. But when they were killed, Gandhari thought that because I am in pain, because of my 100 sons are killed, my dynasty is killed, those who are very dear to me were killed, I am now in pain, let me inflict same pain to Krishna, so I curse you, that your Yadu dynasty gets destroyed. So that is how so morally, the Gandhari is very chaste lady, but just as we have said, nacha yuktasya. Yuktasya means our lifestyle. Krishna said, yat karosi, yad ashnasi, yad juhosi, dadasi, yad tapasyasi kaunteya, tad kurushva madarpana. So the entire day lifestyle should be whatever you do, whatever you offer, whatever you eat, whatever austerity you do, whatever troubles you go through, offer it to Krishna. Remember Krishna. Ask, seek help. Those whose intelligence is not connected with Krishna, mind is not steady, because mind steady is not, because when happiness is there, you are, like dancing. And when calamity comes, both way, your mind is not steady. You forget. You get disturbed. Then you are not peaceful. So Gandhari had a boon that such a powerful austerity she has done after marriage, that she has blindfolded herself. So whoever she sees first would be very invincible. So Krishna has already said that yat tapasyasi kaunteya. So Krishna also says that bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwara. Suradham sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. I am the beneficiary of all the sacrifices and tapasya. You offer it to me. Then you will become peaceful. That is peace formula he has given. But Gandhari chose to give that tapasya to Asat son. I mean, the adharmic son. So character is good, but ayuktasya, lifestyle is not matching to that. Krishna progressed to in devotional service. And what happened? Ashanti. Ashanti, when the tapasya offered, immediately she became miserable because she says, why you have done that? Why you have covered the lower portion? But still she hoped, okay, you will still be successful. But when all the while nothing has happened, nothing was fruitful, she blamed. Now see the Draupadi's situation, similar situation, all her 5 sons were killed, and she also a devotee. It's not like we are a stone, we are a conscious being, sentient being. So she also became angry, right? That how can this happen? But when Arjuna brings Ashwatthama chained before Draupadi, immediately by seeing Ashwatthama in that situation, she remembered Drona. She says, no. First release him. Because he is a Brahmana. We are Kshatriyas. We should worship Brahmana. Dharmyam. Our dharma is, we should worship Brahmana. We should not put them into such situation, humiliating situation. Secondly, he is Dronacharya's son. And we are grateful to him. Because of him, we were successful in all battles. Because of him, you have got all the strength. Third thing, she says, so this is very important, just like Gandhari says, thought that I am in pain, you cannot understand what type of pain I am going through. You experience that pain, so I curse you. And then you will come to know what type of pain I am going through. She cursed Krishna. Draupadi is thinking that I know what type of pain I am going through. It's not tolerable. I don't want to put Kripi into that situation. It's unbearable for her because I have my husband to pacify me, but Kripi do not have her husband. So that would be unbearable for her. So release him. So that is a devotee who is the life of Draupadi and Pandavas is like that. Yat karosi yadasnasi. Everything is surrendered to Krishna. So kayena manasa vacha, kayena manasa vacha, buddhya anushrita. Everything should be, whatever we do, sakalam parasme narayanayati samarpayati. Buddhyatmana vanu shruta swabhavat. Even swabhav, our character, everything should be offered to Narayana. Then it is like sanctified. And then it will fit to our gratitude chamber of the mind. Oh yes, I am grateful to him. And then benefit of doubt will come. Few people actually, first they decide he is my enemy and then start collecting all the blasphemous qualities. They put forth all the allegations. Just like our Daksha, he knew that Lord Shiva is all the way glorified because of his spiritual position. He's always meditating on Krishna. And whatever I do, I cannot reach to that position. So I am at the lower position. So let us bring him back to my position. Pull him to... So I already desired that he is my enemy. And when the situation came that when everyone in the yajna, he's the head of the Prajapati, chief of the Prajapati, everybody gets up because of his effulgence, Daksha. But Lord Shiva is in meditation. He immediately takes it as an offense. He says, look at him. He deliberately wants to offend me. Although he is subordinate to me, he is my son-in-law. Now, if a devotee is there and if you want to give a benefit of doubt that, oh, whether he is deliberately doing it or actually he is in a meditation, then we could use various ways to find out, right? Suppose if Daksha comes and if you would have said, oh, everybody knows that I have arrived, but he doesn't know that, then he could have said that, and clear, like do some sound, or say, oh, Jabai Raja, aap bhi aaye. I mean, I'm just paraphrasing anything. Just say that, oh, Lord Shiva, you also have come. Then somebody, So we have to understand, even the material sphere, if you want respect, then you have to give respect. In military, there is if somebody offers you salute, then you have to return it. Otherwise, it's half thing. Whatever higher position is there, you salute, you give it back. And if you just seek a respect but don't give it, so you will be miserable. There is no peace. It will never happen that you will be peaceful. So all the while, Krishna within the heart always is watching as Upadrushta and Anumanta. That's why he says that if you are really on the right path, trying to cultivate gratitude, and due to past habits or past accumulation of so many bad habits, you may, or due to false ego, you may sometimes fail to appreciate someone or gratitude. Then I will help you. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. You may, sometimes or many times you must have come across this experience that sometimes you forget to put alarm and you actually, while doing something, you sleep. And you know that you have some very important, like puja, aarti, some event is there, you have to get up. And immediately, some time before you get up, automatically. Who gives you that call? Super soul. Because his service is there, so he knows that it has to be done. I don't know how many of you have come across this, but I personally saw this many times. Problem. So he's there. In the sense, I'm not saying I am yukta. We are more than nothing, but I'm just saying Krishna is there just like Gajendra. So Krishna doesn't see the situation or the external that I will help. He sees the sincerity. That Gajendra, in a situation, he says, Narayana, Akhila Guru, Bhagavan Namaste. In such a situation where so many thousands of years he has not eaten. Like he was in a situation, had no strength. Still he offered lotus from that pond. And he says, now you, Jiji Vishenaham Iha Muyakim, Antar Bahischa Avruta Ebhya Yonya, Ichhami Kalena Na Yasya Viplabas, Tasyatma Loka Avaranasya Moksha. So his understanding is much more advanced than the human being in that calamitous situation, if you compare to Gandhari, that first he seeked help from his ministers, wife, children, that do something, get me out of this. But they failed, and he now understood that nobody can help me now, only Krishna. But he says, why I need to live in this particular body? Ebhya Yona means elephant body. Is antar bahishcha avritya, ignorance se bhara hua hai. External and internal. I don't want to live in this body. I want moksha, my dear Lord. So get me out of this. So no blame to Krishna why I am in this situation, or why I have to go through such a pain for a long time, but a gratitude. And Krishna, what he did, because sincerity there, he pulled him out, actually liberated him. And you see Vrutrasura, he's a demon body. He is in the body of such a person who actually was crushing the demigods, in the fight. But internally he was completely surrendered. Right? So that intention will Krishna see, and then Dadave Buddhi Yoga. Only thing is, at whichever position we are in, if we are slackened in devotional service, then Krishna will give us a peace. Just like Bharat Maharaj reached to the Bhava stage somehow, but lack of association of devotees, he has to go through one more painful birth, and then he again came back. So we pray that to Krishna, who says, Matta Smritir Jnanam Apohanam cha. So ultimately, Krishna is one who will give us remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. But because he has given us a free will, so we need to cultivate this habit of gratitude. Remember those who have helped us go closer to Krishna. And that way, we can attract mercy from Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.